What's going on today, guys? We're here today to do another video. Me and a buddy of mine were talking the other day about suggestions to new techs in the automotive world. Right out of high school, I did start as a tech. I was a oil change / tire tech at a local shop. And this is going to be my suggestion on tools that you'll need. Some things are supplied by different businesses. So don't, say you have to have everything. Which I grew up racing and everything, so when I started out, I had a lot of stuff I needed. But we're just gonna go over my thoughts of the things that you need to focus on buying to save you some money and to make sure it's something that you want to do before you go in buying tools off the tool truck, which I do not recommend until a couple years into your career. Besides specialty stuff that you'll need. So here we go. Here you see a set of Craftsman metric wrenches. This is actually the set that I used when I started. They're in a snap-on case now because they sit in my toolbox, but you need a good set of metric wrenches. Depending on what kind of shop you're going to work in, you might need some standard. So if you can catch it on the deal where you get both, or wait and see what you'll need as far as the wrenches, but definitely need a set of metrics. And not only your regular box end wrenches, I highly recommend a set of ratcheting wrenches. I did have the gear wrench. I know in our area, our snap-on guy, he takes care of warranting these if you break them. No, these did not come from Snap-on. I bought them back when Sears was open here, one of their Christmas sales. And he has just warranted them out for me ever since. So moving on, take this out the way. Get a hammer, a ball peen. I know this is Snap-on, it's the only one in my shop. Get a good, decent ball peen hammer. A wood one from Lowe's is what I use for years. Some extensions. I just grabbed a couple different sizes. A good set of 3/8 extensions. Craftsman, Harbor Freight, anything like that. Now remember, guys, this is just to get you started. A good ratchet. The Snap-on's the only one that I had. 3/8 wise laying around. Now this is the 1/2 inch that I started out with, because the Craftsman 1/2 inch I had, the old ones, they didn't have very many teeth. I think it was like a 30-some tooth. So it wasn't quite ideal. This is a Harbor Freight extender, 1/2 inch ratchet. It worked great for drain plugs, things like that were over torqued. Like I said, you don't have to go expensive like Snap-on. I know Harbor Freight's got, I think they're Pittsburgh Pros that are just like this, that are $25 or $30 or something like that. That work pretty decent. To get you started. Now we're going to move on to sockets here. I should have had this a little more organized. Now this is just my recommendation as far as sockets go. Like I said, my last video, I've gotten rid of all my Snap-ons because Tech in here. This is the 1/4 inch set. You see everything in here is what you get. They're really good, USA made sockets. Lifetime warranty. They come with a ratchet, extensions, and a universal in all their sets. And it's a little bit more money to get the metric and standard, but if you can afford it, it's the way I would go with it. Give you a good set of sockets and ratchet to get you started. If not, Uh, you know, any kind of decent sockets will be good to get you started. As far as the chrome sockets go, moving on to impacts. Sorry about that. Moving on to impacts, this is a Husky. This is what I've always ran, was the Huskies, and I have the Pittsburghs and the shallows. The Pittsburgh I have never had a problem with, so you can, go with those, get you started, get you in the game good. The shop I actually worked at supplied their own lug nut sockets. They're the ones with the protectors on them that we had to use, which they also supplied their own impact guns and torque wrenches. As far as the impact goes, I mean, anything that you can find, break a wheel loose, do rotates or tires or anything you need to do as far as that. So far, I've had this for a month and a half now, this Equate from Harbor Freight, and it has done an amazing job so far. I know we used to run Ingersoll Rands, is what our boss used to buy us at the shop I was at. And they did all right for a while. They had to be replaced a lot, which, I mean, we used and abused them every day pretty hard. So, and on the impact side, get you a good 1/4 inch or 3/8 impact. It don't have to be name brand. I ran with a rigid, just like this one, with the 3/8 adapter in it for the longest time for skid plates and air boxes and things like that. So just get you a good battery powered, 1/4 inch chuck impact, just for skid plates and things like that. And moving on from there, the Allen and Torx socket sets. You'll run into these every once in a while. This is the set that I had when I first started. It's got all your different Allens and Torx. More than likely, it's going to get most of your sizes. This was a Christmas sale, I believe, at Home Depot or Lowe's. I got this. And then we're going to move on right here. Screwdrivers and pry bars. Get you a good set of screwdrivers. Brand really doesn't matter, as long as they're comfortable to you and they do the job. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And pry bars, get you a decent set of at least 3 different size pry bars. I know Harbor Freight has a set that's pretty decent. I like the striking pry bars myself. You never know what kind of situation where you'll need it. So, some different oil filter wrenches and things here. This is a Fram, came from Walmart. Fram oil filter pliers also came from Walmart. And I know you can get these at the part stores and things like that. I would recommend getting one of these claws for your oil filters, because believe me, you'll find ones that it seems like people put Loctite on them or something like that. And all the oil techs that are out there now, they'll tell you about it too. I mean, it about takes He-Man to get them off. And also a good pair of pliers. I had Cobalt for the longest time, and some channel locks. I did not grab those. Some decent channel locks. Cobalt works great, or Husky. believe I had the Husky channel locks. Use those for a long time. This is just a Kevlar sleeve. keep you from getting burnt on them really hot ones. I highly recommend getting one. This is a Mechanics Wear. I'm not real sure where I got it from, but that's a recommendation for you. And hood props, we got two different styles here. We got the extendable one. These are for the hoods that the struts no longer will hold it. And then this one, I believe that this came from one of the part stores, O'Reilly's or something like that. It clamps on the top part of the strut, the skinny part, and you hold the hood up that way. Last but not least is going to be a handheld scanner. Our shop, we had the big ones, which are at the time, shop supplied scanners were used by our master techs we had at the time. I know now, I believe that the shop I used to work at, that they have bought one just for the oil change techs. But a good, decent little scanner. It ain't got to be very expensive. Most of the time, all you're doing is checking check engine lights or erasing them and writing down the check engine number for the staff up front. So if they come back in to get it fixed, it gives them a good starting point. And something else is a decent roll cart. It ain't got to be very expensive. I'll show you right here. Like this one, it's a US General. I think it's the Series 2. I had a Series 1 for the longest time, and I upgraded to this one last year when I got a little bit busier in my shop. But the Series 1 works great, or you can get you a Series 2. Like I said, I don't recommend jumping on tool trucks, you know, when you first get started. I made that mistake, and I really wish I would have never done that, because I found later on that there's just as good products, basic products out there that can get you in the game, get you started good, and put more money in your pocket at the beginning so you can do the bigger things, you know, in a few years in your career as being a technician. Like buy that nice box you want or something like that. And guys, I know there's a lot of techs out there that talk down on people that don't have name brand stuff. We had a guy in our shop that was that way, and I mean, they're wrong about a lot of things they say. I mean, a real good buddy of mine that's a master tech, he has the Techman sockets now too. I got him hooked on them, and they do just as good a job as his Mako and Snap-on sockets did. Same with impact sockets. He runs Huskies. You know, so it's not, you know, the tools that you use, it's how you use them a lot of the times. Thank y'all for watching. I try to keep getting some videos out, some tool videos and whatnot, and thank y'all again.